Southpaw, baby. That dog,
Not naturally as big a man as those other welterweights. So start there. That's a fair point. He moved up in weight, Barrios. So he's not a naturally big, natural welterweight.
Gervonta, Tank Davis made an unexpected visit to Manny Pacquiao's training camp just days ahead of Manny's big showdown with Mario Barrios. The two former world champs, who once ruled the same weight class, greeted each other with respect. But this wasn't just a friendly stop. Insiders say Tank came with some real strategy tips. Davis shared what he knows about Barrios, his flaws, habits, and patterns from his own knockout went over him in 2021. According to those inside the camp, Davis didn't hold back. He told Manny exactly where and when to land his shots. It's being seen as a strong sign of respect between two fighters from different times.
I was talking to somebody about Manny coming back fighting Mario Barrios.
Ouch.
And this was the analogy I gave. Your timing is just, it slows down. That's time. Time slows you down. And so to me, I think Manny has to come out very strong, very fast in the first couple of rounds because his gas tank ain't what it used to be. At 46 years old, you come out and let's just say hypothetically your gas is half full at 46 years old. I'd rather try to use that half tank
when I got something
in 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And really get off on this kid because he has the kind of style. Styles make fights. He's got the perfect style for Manny to do what he do. But the further that fight goes, the more that's gonna go down. He ain't young no more when it does this. It ain't gonna do this no more. It ain't gonna go down and then come back up. He not gonna create space, take a deep breath, and that thing shoot up the way it used to. He ain't gonna do that, you know what I mean?
Now 46, Pacquiao is back working with his legendary trainer Freddie Roach and the same close-knit team that guided him through 8 weight divisions. He's back in the gym training hard, but also carefully, fully aware that 4 years have passed since his last major bout.
Pacquiao in the winner.
Well, look, Freddie, I appreciate your time.
Manny's wife will get mad at me for saying that.
You're trying to drag him back out.
No, 'cause I talked to Manny on the phone, and he wants to fight one more time.
He wants to fight one more time.
He does.
Against not an exhibition, a professional fight.
He wants a real fight.
Who right now, though, could he fight?
We have. I haven't let him choose anyone yet. But the thing is, it's just his heart has. He said he wants one more fight, and then his wife called me up and said, "Don't let him fight, don't let him fight." And I try to be on her side and so forth. But like when a man in the sport wants to fight, you know, sometimes he's gonna fight. Yeah, I agree with you. He's gonna fight, and you know who? It doesn't matter.
In a recent chat, Mario Barrios spoke about his upcoming match with Pacquiao and drew comparisons to his previous fight with Tank Davis. Barrios pointed out how both Pacquiao and Tank are smaller guys, light on their feet, and very fast with their hands. Although Barrios usually enjoys a height edge, he said he respects Pacquiao's track record against...
Yeah, you know, it's very unserious, but yeah, man. I mean, I know he's gonna bring it whenever we step in there. And but yeah, right now all the media, everything, you know, it's fun. You know, it's all smiles. But both of us, man.
When you first got to the pay-per-view level, there was like an adjustment period. You had to get used to it. And was there any nerves up there? Because this is even another level than the Tank fight and the Thurman fight.
Nah, no nerves. Like how you said, I think those fights, you know, have only, you know, prepared me, you know, for this level. And now, you know, doing like all this media stuff. Like, I mean, I've always hated this, right? I still do. But I've definitely, you know, gotten a lot more comfortable with it, or just used to it.
All right, guys. Last question, guys.
The Tank fight,
that you learned with the slick, fast southpaw with lightning fast hands? What do you think you can take from your experience with Tank and apply it to Manny?
I think I could take a lot from that fight, actually, man. You know, like the way Tank, you know, you use the way he closes his distance. You know, the way, you know, like he worked off his speed. You know,
When asked about the easygoing vibe at their face-off, Barrios said Pacquiao seems friendly and relaxed outside the ring, but turns serious the moment a fight begins. He's chill, but when we're in there, I know it's all business, Barrios said. He also shared how his past fight with Tank Davis helped him learn how to deal with fast-moving fighters who close the distance quickly, and he's planning to use that experience against Pacquiao.
You're a lot bigger. Yeah, I mean, I knew there was gonna be a height difference regardless. I've been dealing with that my whole career. I mean, I started pro at 122, so I mean, I've always had, you know, like the height advantage of most of the guys I have fought. But I mean, you know, it's still dangerous. You know, he has fought, you know, plenty of people with my height before, and he's been very successful. So I mean, I know, like, it's just, yeah, I just gotta go in there and do what I'm training for.
Mario, you know, I can't recall who said it, but they said once Pacquiao gets you smiling, it's like he's got you or something. And you guys were sharing a lot of smiles. What do you think about that, man?
I don't know, man. I feel like I knew the face-off just, you know, being in front of it. I've been seeing a face-off people since I was a kid. You know, he's a very unserious person, but he's very serious when he steps in the ring.
Barrios has made it clear he's going all in. It's win or lose, no middle ground. He hasn't forgotten how Pacquiao fell short against Denis Yugas, and he's ready to dig deep if needed. After putting in weeks of hard work, Barrios feels like every fight he's had has led him to this point. Meanwhile, Pacquiao hasn't closed the door on facing Davis if he wins this one. Back in November 2023, Pacquiao said, "Davis is a solid fighter. If he moves up to 147, we can make it happen." He meant it. His advisor, Sean Gibbons, confirmed it too, saying a Pacquiao versus Davis fight would be a blockbuster. And they might even throw the WBC 147 pounds title into the mix. Pacquiao made his...
They keep mentioning Gervonta Davis. They keep talking about Gervonta Davis as a possible fight, Manny. You like that fight? Because he's little, like, he's your size.
I like that. I like that. I mean, I like that, but you know, let's finish first this one because this one is a taller champion like that. So I have a lot of things to do in training camp.
Joe Rogan has openly praised Gervonta Tank Davis, calling him one of the most exciting and durable fighters in the sport. On a recent episode of his podcast, Rogan said Tank fights in a way that's truly his own. He's just different, super efficient, Rogan said. He admired how Davis uses every move with purpose, wasting no energy. His slick southpaw approach keeps opponents guessing, and it's a big reason why many see him as a real threat in modern boxing.
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out, and the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. And he be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Just cracking people.
Yeah.
And he has so much confidence in his power.
So, you know, he just, in his mind, he know it's a matter of time before I catch.
Experts have long drawn comparisons between Tank Davis and Mario Barrios, especially when it comes to Davis's knockout power versus Barrios' reach and movement. In their 2021 match, Tank, standing at 5 feet 5 inches, brought his usual sharp aim and heavy shots, landing 45% of his power punches and dropping Barrios 3 times before stopping him in the 11th round. Despite Barrios being nearly 6 inches taller and winning early rounds with his jab, he couldn't stop Tank from closing the gap. Analysts noted that Davis pulled Barrios in, slipped the jab, and answered with strong hooks and uppercuts. Still, Barrios got credit for hanging tough. He took big hits, got up every time, and proved he has...
And what time is it, y'all? Time to start a debate inside a barbershop. We're gonna pit Mario Barrios against Tank Gervonta Davis. Yes, sir. Starting with the champion, the pride and joy of San Antonio, Texas, Mario Barrios. He stands at 5'10" with a 71-inch reach. He's currently undefeated at 26-0 with 17 knockouts. He is the man that holds the WBA regular junior welterweight championship belt. The challenger, representing Baltimore, Maryland, Tank Gervonta Davis. He stands at 5'5.5" with a 67.5-inch reach. His record, 24-0 with 23 knockouts. Wait a minute, don't be so quick to throw this guy under the bus. Yes, we know Tank Gervonta Davis is a knockout machine, but he's only ever knocked out people he can weight bully. What happens when he has to go up 2 weight classes, gives up 5 inches in height and almost 4 inches in reach to a man who can establish his jab well, knows his distance, and puts in good body work? Oh, did I mention he's also coached by Virgil Hunter? That's Andre Ward's coach, so you know he's going to come in there with a game plan. I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to pick him to win by 12-round unanimous decision. What do you think?
Tim Tszyu didn't hold back his opinion about Pacquiao's July 19th fight against Barrios. After their big media run, the former WBO super welterweight champ said he's not sure Manny can win. His main concern? Age. Mario Barrios is a machine. He's 30 and in his prime. That's a hard fight for Manny, said Tszyu. But he also said he wouldn't be surprised if Manny pulled off the upset, adding, "It's Pacquiao. We've seen him shock people before." Tszyu's view sums it up, a legendary veteran stepping in against a hungry...
I think Barrios wins. I think young, and it's hard with age. But I think if anyone was going to do it, Manny Pacquiao's the man.
But Pacquiao isn't buying the idea that he's past his prime. He says this fight with Barrios is nothing like his loss to Yugas. Why? Because now he's fully recovered, sharp, and locked in. Back then, he said his legs gave out and his timing wasn't right. But after 4 years off, he says his quickness and footwork are back, and there are no distractions this time. Manny says he's focused, fired up, and ready to grab another belt, maybe even chase 2 or 3 more fights after this.
Tell us about your preparation for Mario Barrios. How is it different to 4 years ago when you faced Ugas?
The different, I'm more focused right now. No distraction, I really focus on the whole training camp and focus on stamina, focus on techniques. He is a champion. He is a fighter that, we cannot underestimate him. He's taller than me. He has the advantage, but, we prepare for that. Just watch on July 19th. It's going to be a good fight.
Rumors have floated around for years, mostly coming from Floyd Mayweather's camp, that Pacquiao may have taken performance-enhancing drugs before their 2015 super fight. Mayweather's team pushed for strict USADA-style testing, raising doubts about how Pacquiao gained size and kept his punching power. Pacquiao fired back by suing for defamation and saying he'd take any test they wanted. He even offered a $5 million penalty if he failed one. Nevada Commission official Keith Kaiser later confirmed Pacquiao passed every test before and after the fight. The legal drama eventually ended in a settlement, and Mayweather's side later admitted they never...
Manny's a generational, talented fighter, but I don't feel like, he did it on his own.
I don't think Pacquiao took steroids. Really, the Mayweathers questioned it and drilled him on it, and that made people pick a side. I can't say that means Pacquiao was on something. And the reason why is because Pacquiao may have been the most tested fighter of all time. He never failed a test. Floyd did. So you're talking about a situation where now you're just saying he's so good that he must be on something. But number 2, Crawford said Pacquiao was knocking everybody out until he took the test. That was a damn lie. Pacquiao power went down after he went up. Pacquiao didn't knock out anybody at welterweight. That had nothing to do with the test. He went up and he ain't knocked anyone out at welterweight. He knocked out Ricky Hatton. That was at 140. Floyd knocked out Ricky Hatton. So that doesn't say that Pacquiao had steroid power. He wasn't knocking out anybody. Yeah, he was.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas has mixed emotions about Pacquiao coming back. While he respects Manny's past, he worries about the risks of fighting at age 46. Some guys get a free pass because of their name, Atlas said, but that doesn't change where they are physically. Something bad could happen. Even though he respects what Pacquiao's done for boxing, Atlas says time catches up with everyone. His comments reflect the fine line between honoring greatness and protecting fighters from danger, especially after being out of the ring so long.
So you want to go and use that
How old was Leonard at that time?
Leonard was only 32 years old when he fought Hagler. Yeah, he'd been inactive, but he was only 32. Pacquiao's 46. So right there you could, it ain't a good comparison. It sounds good. It sounds good, yeah, because Leonard did come back. Leonard did win a very close fight, a controversial fight, but a great fight. And Leonard was great. There's no doubt about it. And they cut it. He cut the line. He earned it. Leonard, you could say, and you could say Pacquiao earned the right with all his greatness to cut a lot of lines. Yeah, you know, I see it all the time. The other day I was at a benefit. The foundation was given something by St. Philip's Church, 155-year-old church, great church, do great work in the community. I sure as hell didn't know I was going to be talking about this. And they gave us an award for helping them in the community, what the foundation does. We don't need an award. We're privileged that we can help. But people feel they inclined to do that, fine. It's very nice. And your mom asked for a drink. So I went up to the bar to get a drink. I didn't realize that there was a long line. And so I went right to the front, not understanding that I passed the line. And then a friend of mine said, you cut the line. And the whole line said, Teddy, that's okay. I said, no, I didn't realize I cut the line. I'll go back. So I went back, I waited in line. But they were gonna allow me to cut the line. I guess because I'm handsome. I guess because I had a nice suit on. I had a nice tie. Whatever. But out of some kind of respect, which I really appreciate, whether I deserve it or not, they were letting me cut the line. So I understand that some people get the privilege, they get the respect, the allowance of cutting a line.
Mario Barrios said his first face-off with Pacquiao felt like a dream. I grew up watching him do face-offs. He said, even though Pacquiao smiled the whole time, which some say is part of his mind games, Barrios didn't let it shake him. He said Manny's a relaxed guy outside the ring, but when the bell rings, he's all fight. He's super calm, but once that bell goes off, it's a whole different story. Barrios said, knowing Pacquiao's all-business side,
you're a lot bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I knew there was gonna be a height difference regardless. I've been dealing with that my whole career. I mean, I started pro at 122, so I mean, I've always had the height advantage on most of the guys I have fought. But I mean, it's still dangerous. He has fought plenty of people with my height before, and he's been very successful. So I mean, I know it's just I just gotta go in there and do what I'm training for.
Mario, I can't recall who said it, but they said once Pacquiao gets you smiling, it's like he's got you or something. And you guys were sharing a lot of smiles. What do you think about that, man?
I don't know, man. I feel like I knew the face-off just being in front of him. I've been seeing him face-off people since I was a kid. He's a very unserious person, but he's very serious when he steps in the ring.
Hey Mario, how do you feel like you get in there? Let's say you do win. The question was, are they gonna call you?
Very unserious, but yeah, man. I mean, I know he's gonna bring it whenever we step in there. And but yeah, right now all the media, everything, it's fun. It's all smiles, but both of us, man.
When you first got to the pay-per-view level, there was like an adjustment period. You had to get used to it. And was there any nerves up there? Because this is even another level than the Tank fight and the Thurman fight.
No nerves. Like how you said, I think those fights, have only prepared me, for this level. And now doing all this media stuff. I've always hated this, right? I still do. But I've definitely, gotten a lot more comfortable with it, or just used to it.
All right, guys. Last question, guys. The Tank fight that you learned with the slick, fast southpaw with lightning fast hands. What do you think you can take from your experience with Tank and apply it to Manny?
I think I could take a lot from that fight, actually, man. The way Tank, you use the way he closes his distance. The way he worked off his speed. Similar size. I think Pacquiao might be a couple inches taller.